Hello, hello, hello. I thought, I know I could really kill my channel. I'll do some film reviews because I know they're really popular. Nothing I do is popular. Anyway, the sour grapes aside, it's not sour grapes, it's just the way things are. For the I know the 4 people that do watch my videos with any regularity, I thought I'd do some movie reviews because I managed to see Robert Eggers' The Northman last night, and I always said to myself, once I've watched that, because he's only made 3 movies. He's made some short films, but 3 movies. You've got to say this because people go in the comments, well, actually, he made this and he made that, and you have to be very precise with what you say because people are wankers. But that's beside the point. I'm talking about the films of Robert Eggers, and the first one up is The Witch, or the VVitch, stylised 2 V's. Always wondered if it was the Roman numeral for number 5. 5's of a mystical property in witchcraft. Could be, or it could just make the film poster look good. So this is the 3rd time I've tried this because I've been interrupted. Telephone, drilling, so I'll try it again. You can tell I'm a bit peeved. A bit peeved by it. I think it's almost like there's a witch putting a curse on me. But yeah, we're going back to 1630s New England. I'm going to do this as spoiler-free as possible because I think, again, all of Robert Eggers' films should be approached with clean eyes and absolutely no idea of what's going on. And the thing about The Witch is, what's it about? Is it about a witch? Is it about the idea of sin? Who knows? There are many elements running through it. But yeah, we join a English settler group who have been cast out of their puritanical colony that they've joined again. Remember, back in the 1630s, the English were fleeing England for religious reasons, for religious freedom. They were being persecuted in England. They wanted to marry their cousins. I think that's the joke, isn't it? So they left and set up home in New England. And this family, they find themselves cast out of the colony because of a religious disagreement. Again, I don't think it explains it explicitly what the issue is, but they find themselves alone, away from the safety of the colony. And again, there's safety in numbers, and they find themselves build a new homestead on the edge of a deep, dark woods. And the family is headed by Ralph Ineson, you may know from, he's been in many, many things. And here's the family, here they are, to get an idea of them. And yeah, you instantly know that bad things are going to happen because what lurks within the deep, dark woods, we have elements of European folklore. It's very even though it's set in America, it's very European. You could transport this to, I don't know, Germany, or Austria, something like that. But it's a lovely, tight 92-minute movie, and it's a horror, but not in the gore, that kind of horror movie. It's not that kind of movie. It's more psychological, and that sense of deep foreboding, as you know that the family is going to, who knows what's going to happen to them. So, again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers here. The thing about Robert Eggers' films is they're very male. They examine the male psyche. And again, the father of the group, played by Ineson, William, is somebody who's fearful. He wants to be, a good Christian. He lives in fear. He lives in fear of sin. He lives in fear of himself. I think he lives in fear of everything. I think there's a lot of fear in him. But yeah, you have the idea of sin and pride, theft, hypocrisy. I know hypocrisy isn't a sin, but there's a lot of that in there. And so you have this family isolated next to the deep dark woods, and what's going to happen? Again, I don't want to spoil it. I do not want to spoil it, but there may or may not be witches involved, or it may all be in their imagination. You know, it might be that they live in a time which is very, very dangerous to be on your own, because there's no medicine, there's no science, you know, there's just you and the elements, there's you and nature. So it could be that, couldn't it? It could be that that's the problem. But yeah. It also stars Anya Taylor-Joy. This is her first role, and she is the focus of the film. She plays the oldest daughter, Thomasin, and she's really good in it. She was in The Northman as well. She's been in quite a few high-profile films now, and for a first movie, she's really good. She really does pull it together, and you really sympathise with her. And but again, all the children in it are very, very good. Even the young lad who plays her brother, Harvey Scrimshaw, he plays Caleb, and he plays it like he's a little old man. He's he's like, he wants to be like his father. You know, he wants to be responsible, and you really do feel for them. Again, even though they're different to us and they have different set of values, you know, they're just a family unit trying to exist. And yeah, when it all starts to unravel, spoiler, because it does start to unravel, you really start to, that's where the horror kicks in. Because, you know, how much does it take for everything to fall apart? Not a lot. Not a lot. And again, you have the idea of male versus female. The idea of the witch is very opposite, is the exact opposite to what William represents. He's male, he is a Puritan, very religious, and the witch is female, and, you know, of the earth, and, you know, of the body. It's yin and yang, and that's what they're playing with here. And it's one of those movies that if you watch it again, I've watched this, God, maybe 4 times now, and it's very unusual for me. There's always something different in it. There's always something in there to make you go, maybe it's this way, or maybe it's that way. Again, I'm being vague to negotiate my way through the spoilers, because I do not want to spoil it for anyone. And there are some genuinely shocking and horrific moments in it that you go, ooh, There's some imagery in it. Again, there's a lot of Christian imagery in it. There's a lot of pagan imagery in it, you know. And it's just really good. It's really, really good. I've got to tell you how good it is. And again, Eggers, he takes a genre. He's a bit like Kubrick in that sense, though he doesn't have the eye that Kubrick has. He's not bad, but he took a genre film and then elevated it. And all these films that he's made are genre of movies, and he's elevated it and taken it to a completely different level. And I think they all kind of flow into each other. Trust me, they do. Because again, there are certain themes, and again, I'm going to say it's maleness. It's maleness, and how being a man can lead to your undoing. That seems to be the theme of all 3 movies, and they're all remarkable in their own way. So yeah, I mean, it had a budget of $4 million and ended up pulling in $40 million. So, and this is quite interesting compared to The Northman, which it's the other way around. They flip it. But yeah, do give it a watch. I think it's a really, really, really amazing movie, and you'll never ever look at a black goat the same way again. You'll never. If the villain may or may not be the goat, because again, feeds into the idea of the devil. You know, because the devil takes the form of a goat. There's a lot of playing on many types of religious and folklore imagery, and you can see where it may have come from. It's very very playful, but also very, very disturbing. And I think again of the more modern. I mean, crikey, it's a good few years old now, but I still see it as being a modern horror movie. I think it's effective. I really do. So yeah, do give it a watch. The Witch, a folk horror movie. Again, that's a genre of its own, isn't it? You could call it that, a folk horror movie. So yeah, gets a thumbs up, from me, a solid thumbs up. But I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil the next one either, which will be coming up soon. So keep your eye out for it, or don't, as the case may be. But yeah, thank you for watching. My name is Darren. Like I've been talking about, a movie called The Witch, directed by Robert Eggers, starring, among other people, Ralph Ineson, Anya Taylor-Joy, Kate Dickie, and again, I could watch it again, and that is a sign of a good film, because if you do watch it, I do recommend watching this one a couple of times, because you will pick up new things, new thoughts, new questions. Again, because there is a certain level of ambiguity in this too, which makes it, again, a little puzzle. It's a little puzzle, and I really like it. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's that.